Hello everybody. Today we are going to make a mask, but I'm still going to embroider this mask. I just was asked a lot of questions about putting heat and bond lite. This is heat and bond lite. It's an iron-on adhesive, and this makes it super duper great when you're trying to embroider. Let me do this real quick. So what I've done so far is this is the wrong side and this is the wrong side for a face mask. I have sewn them together, and then I've cut the edges to make it easier, a smoother process whenever we open it. So this is the right side and this is the wrong side. Heat and bond, whenever you use it, can you see the reflective there? It kind of looks like snake skin. That's kind of what it reminds me of. So you cut it, make sure you are able to cut it correctly in the correct direction of the actual fabric, okay? And now what you're going to do, once it's on there, is iron it on. Give me just a second. They always say don't steam, and they just say to plain iron it on. So I don't have steam. It is on cotton and linen, but there's steam coming out. Yeah, I think because there's water in here. I didn't ask. I didn't even look to see if there was water, but anywho, they say just to put this on a dry setting. And I do this all the time when I embroider. It helps it with stability and it helps it not pucker up. So it kind of makes it firmer, maybe. Is that the word? Let's see. And then you have to wait till it cools. While it's cooling, I'm going to go ahead and move myself over to my sewing area. Again, we're only doing this for embroidery. So, those of you who gave me questions the other day about the baby Lock Flourish, that's what we'll be working on again today. I only did this again, one more time I'll say it, for stability. It makes the embroidery look so much better. It gives it a smoother surface whenever you do. I use tearaway stabilizer. But I also use this to make it more firm and stable. So I'm doing this with one hand. Okie dokie. Now you know you did it the right way because the snakeskin smooth side was face down. And now you have a shiny side that you can see. So even though this may not be one that I'm going to sell, I wanted to play with it and give you guys some guidance on the actual flourish machine. So I'm going to actually pin it to this hoop, and this right here is a 5x7 hoop. So yesterday I did a heart. Let me see the image. I showed you all. I did it separately. So I did the BR, and then I did the Cal Farley separate, and then I added later in another step the outline of a heart, just to show you what your baby Lock Flourish can do. It doesn't matter what steps, first, second, third, that you decide to do it in. This is just such a lovely machine that you can change your mind and do all that. I have not torn away my tearaway. They usually say don't use tearaway if you wear it. Don't tear it if you wear it is the saying. So anywho, let me pin this on really quick because I don't have a pause button on here. And then I'm going to place it inside the lock mechanism. And then we'll go over here and play around with the items, okay? Give me just 1 second to pin this here. I'm going to leave that there for just a second. And this is kind of, I utilize all of my tearaway. That's just me. You don't have to. Some people just pop a whole new one in, but I like to be very efficient and utilize everything that I have, all the paper. So I'm maneuvering my tearaway in such a way that I can reuse it. There you go, if I can get it back on here. with my tiny little hands. They're mighty strong, but they're mighty tiny. And I have some tearaway here behind me. Okay. Let's do this here. And I dropped it, so I'm going to pop it back there. I'm only going to work on the blue, and I'm going to pop this on here and pin it so that we can get started. Again, I'm just working based off of what was requested. So if you want to see, or if you have a certain question that you want to see if this machine can do, ask away, because there are no wrong questions. It's just that they're requiring everyone who owns a Flourish to pay for videos. And we shouldn't have to pay for anything. This machine is $2,000 to $3,000. So depending on when you purchased it, yeah, that should be enough. And then I know there are some people that are saying, oh yeah, you can get them to assist you because you have a lifetime on learning when you purchase this machine because it's so expensive. But yeah, sometimes the locations are so far, it doesn't matter that they give you lifetime. Sometimes the drive alone kills you because you work and you do many things and you have a life. That's really what it is. So I'm just trying to make sure that it's straight, just in case I decide to do something with this or give it as a gift. My first love was to be an attorney, but I would be a very broke attorney because I'm such a humanitarian. I wouldn't charge anybody anything. So now that I have that placed on there, I guess it doesn't matter. This is just for learning. So I wanted to show you a couple of things that our machine does. I think it's going to, I did all that work and it's going to make me remove the boo. Let's see. So I think today I wanted to show you how to upload from the USB. And it would help if my USB was in there. So let me grab that. Okay. Now I'm going to hit the USB button here. And sometimes when you hoop it in the beginning, it'll tell you to remove the hoop so that it can just move and see if it has enough area. These computers are really smart. Again, for those of you watching for the first time, I do have a website now. It's everythingyahweh.com. You can check out on the website. I haven't put anything up in a couple of days, but I'm going to be putting more images up that I've completed. So you can download and purchase. And I try to be really cheap, or inexpensive is the proper term, so that everyone all over the world can purchase it. Let's see. I have a lot of folders. Let's see what Profession 1 pack says. And then, I actually, you know what? Let's go back here because this was a big, big question. They wanted to know, since I didn't do the Cal Farleys as a rainbow, how they could do that themselves on this computer if the image did not come that way. And your machine can go up and down, which is vertical. It can go side to side, which is horizontal. And there are many ways. So let's go here. Let's do, if I had to sell this, let's do essential. I'm see how I typed an E. I'm jumping the gun. I typed the E and it automatically hit L. So we want to do a medium for right now. And as you type away, if it's too many words, too many letters, it'll kick it automatically to small. So essential employee. Let's see what this does. Essential spacebar. So now you have to hit the 0, 9 tab and go all the way to the end. Essential. And then let's do, I'm going to have to return instead of spacebar because I just remembered it's a face mask. And let's do employee, essential employee. Let's do employee. Okay, so essential, I'm going to return. The next line is going to be a lowercase EMPLOYEE for essential employee. And then I'm going to do another line and do 2020. Let's do 2020. Set. Okay. Now, can you see that? Essential employee 2020. So then we're going to hit this little mechanism here. Let me see if I can get it with this so you can see. Essential employee 2020. So then I'll hit OK because that's what I want. We'll see if this is enough room or if I have to make these words smaller. Okay. Let's do this. That's what I was going to show you. I keep rambling. So they wanted to know, see this array here? The Flourish has it where you can make it kind of like a rainbow yourself or the opposite of a rainbow or the direction. So it'll be like a rainbow, but then it's going to extend the directions. There's another horizontal up. And then a circle, kind of like a horseshoe, and then upside down like a smiley face. So you can just decide. 2020 just moved. You see that? So let's say, okay. Let's say I can move that here. Let's see what the employee, let's move the employee. There you go. So you can do, let me move this out of the way so you can see it. Okay. So essential 2020 employee, you can go up like stairs. I don't know what else to call that. Your machine does a various, cannot change configuration of the characters. So you, depending on the space that you have, you can do many things. If it has the space for it. You have to remember I'm actually using a 5x7 hoop. So if I had my 10x16 or 10x12, that's something that it would allow me to do. So do you see, let me make it bigger. Do you see what it did to employee? It kind of drug it all the way around in a circle. So you can do many things. This is one of the major questions that I had that was in my inbox. So depending on if there's enough space on the hoop that you're using, it will allow you to change the array, okay? So let's go to, okay, so this makes it, when it's in a circle, this makes it more, let me change hands, guys. If you push this button, it's going to make it circle in more. I wanted to see if I could show you. So when you push that, it makes it circle in more. And then this spreads it out even more, all the way. So you just have to play with it and decide what you actually wanted to do. If you decide that, oh, I wanted an employee in a different set, let me see. You can do this here too. So even though this is on your main display screen, if you had all three of these words and you decided, I don't like the way that looks, this looks nice, and we can change the numbers to a different font. You can do all that with these different stages here. Remember, this is the second of 3 pages, okay? So let me scoot up just a little bit. Let's try and change the font here. I'm going too fast here. So let's change the font. Scoot over. Let's see what 2020 does. So now I've changed this 20 and this employee. Do you see the difference? It's up to you on how and what you do with your machine when you are typing in your own images to create. If you haven't uploaded certain ones from your USB, or if you have software, you can create them on there and then plug them in. But if you do this hand by hand, I'm going to say by hand when you press each word, then it makes a difference to know where to go. But you have just a magnificent machine. I was just told that they wanted to see everything that it could do. And there's just so much that it can do that I'm like, oh, it's kind of hard to narrow it down if y'all don't tell me what you want. Like you can separate these words or you can make them closer. Like 2020 can be so much closer. Like Cal Farley's Boys Ranch, the one I did yesterday, someone said I should have actually made these closer. I could have if I wanted to, but yesterday was a learning process. I was just trying to show you what your machine could actually do. But in that instance, this is the button you would have used to push them closer together, okay? This also makes them closer, but if you want your font bigger, see how it's highlighted right now, the red one? That it's only going to make that one bigger. If you click on the whole word, sometimes if I get to a different screen, it'll let me see how the whole word is clicked on because I'm on the main display screen. When you click a category, then you decide to do a different font, it'll let you. But if you see how this one is now with that one, but if you only have a red box on a letter, it's only going to make that certain letter bigger, okay? So let's see, what else did y'all want to know? I really don't too much mess with the colors because it doesn't matter what color it says that it is. Let me go back and show you. It doesn't matter what color it says that it is. You can manually change it up here. So it doesn't matter if you bought a USB image and it says the entire color is red. You can make it orange, blue, and yellow. Or you can even purchase this kind of thread here. And I forget the actual name of it. But it's different colors. So you can actually have a butterfly that's multicolored, you know, because of this thread. Okay. And I'm trying, it's a Coates and Clark. It's very basic, but this, there's a thread name for this. And I forget. I'm not sure if it's iridescent or I forgot. Sorry. So let me go back. I'm going to go ahead and cancel the current pattern because we're going to do something, okay, in here. And let's see if I can get something going to show you. Yesterday we did step by step on 3 different images, and so one of them we typed in. So today I think I want to go with, I'm going to show you, I've uploaded images here. You're going to see them on the display screen, and now I'm actually going to plug it in where you can see. So I have all these in folders, 4x4, 5x7. Let's see what a 4x4 has. I forget, like I have tons of USB drives full of images. I need to get these on my website. Let's see. I have, this is the 3rd page of 21 pages. And this is all 4x4 images. Look at this one. I like that one. I remember that one. Teach piece. So, let me do that one. Well, that one's just going to be a real simple one, so you won't learn anything on that one other than press buttons. So let's see if we can look at something. We're in it together. Let's see. I'm trying to pick one where we can remove something. Let's see what that looks like. Busy as I want to be. Okay, so why don't I make this one without the border and show you. So let's set this. So see how big it is? So this is already a pre-made image, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to size, and I'm going to see if I can make it any smaller. I could on my software, but that's about as small as it's going to go. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to use it. So now I'm going to go okay, and then I'm going to rotate it because I don't want to make it that way. Okay, let's go back to this size and see if it lets me push it in anymore. Nope. Okay, because this is already pre-made. If I put it back in my software, I can make it smaller, but let's see how big it's going to be. Now it's telling me it's too large. Change to a larger embroidery frame. So that tells me that it's not going to fit in my 5x7. It's probably going to be a little bit bigger. So this is not something we want to do then. And that's pretty good to know that your machine tells you when you actually can't utilize an item because it's going to be too big on your hoop. So let me go in here, away from the camera, and plug something else in. Let's see. I'm trying to think of, while we're waiting, what other questions you asked. 2.5. Let's see. There's a Texas one. There's a Paul. What's this one? Milk and cookies. Let's see. How about that one? Okay, let's do this one because it'll be real simple. So there's a sun line, so it's lined, outlined. And then there's orange, and then there's a sun color in full. And then there's Hebrew words, Hebrew letters by the name of Yahweh, which is the creator's name. So I think I want to try that one, and I'm going to show y'all something. That should be good. So I'm going to go to size, close it in. That's as small as it goes, but that's okay because we only need the letters inside. So we're going to go to end edit. Now, since I know that's what I want and I know it's going to fit, I'm going to go ahead and see where it lays. Now, my machine is so big. This is how I have to do it. So I'm going to press this button here, and then that's going to move. Oh, now it's going to move, sorry. And that's just going to tell me where it's going to lay out. So I need to center it. I think I need to... Okay, so I'm not going to do anything without you looking. So you have this screen up, right? Pay attention. People get confused because they said they followed me, but they were confused. So do you see how these have kind of like square dots on them? This is not the place where you move up and down and side to side. You click OK on here because that's not where you want it. So now you know you're in the right place because there's not dots. There's arrows. Left arrow, right arrow, up and down arrow. Okay, so this is how you know you're in the right spot to push like the up button. Look, I'm going to hold it. See? And I'm going to push it down. So that's when you know you're in the right area because you have the arrows. So I'm going to push it again. Okay, and remember on here, this green little plus sign, if it'll focus, that's where this needle currently is, okay? So, let me see how far. I think I want to go up just a little bit more. So, I'm going to do that while I'm still on this page here. The arrows. Okay, now I'm going to push this button again. Show me where I'm going to lay it down. And then this is going to show me the placement. Okay, and I'm going to do it again, but this time I'm going to show you. I'm going to stay on the screen to show you something. So when you're here, you're going to hit this button right here. Do you see this green This green plus sign is telling you this is how your image big will be. So it's going from this corner to this corner to this corner to this corner. And it's showing you how big that image is going to be. But our image is not going to be that big because we're only going to utilize the Hebrew letters. So I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to click OK. And then I'm going to click Embroidery. Okay. So now it's telling me that this entire process is going to take 18 minutes. For those of you cooking and cleaning and doing whatever else in between. The first array, see it shows you a picture on the right, is going to take 7 minutes. I'm not going to do that. Nor am I going to do the 4 minutes for the outline or the yellow for the sun that is behind. I'm only going to utilize the 2 minutes here. In order to do that, if you don't have a software program, you would take a shortcut by clicking this plus and negative needle sign here. You go there. Now, since I'm skipping all that, I'm just going to do plus 100 stitches. I'm skipping that. Look where my needle moved to. The plus sign moved to this area. So I'm going to do it again. That's 3, 4. Okay. I'm still assuming it's still doing that. I'm going to stop it when it starts on my letters. So I'm just going to hold it. It's skipping all this extra stuff. If you can see, look at your plus sign. So it's skipping all that stuff. Now I'm just going to do OK to find out where I'm at. So it's still doing 5 minutes on the color background. So I'm going to go back here and continue to hold down this button. Now maybe, okay. I'm going to go ahead and press that again. Okay. Now it's on me, on the actual Hebrew letters I want. So I think that I've went too far. It's 2 minutes. It already says it's at 18 minutes of 18 minutes. So I'm going to back up 100. Now look where your plus sign went. So I'm going to back up another 100. That tells me my plus sign is over there. I'm going to back up another 100. My plus sign is on the leg of the first Hebrew letter. Another 100. Okay, so I'm going to now do plus 10. Okay, negative 10 because I want to make sure. Plus 1. I'm just hitting my plus 1 now. Okay, now I know that's where I need to start because that's what I wanted. Now I'm going to have to hold the camera if you'll bear with me. Since I'm only doing the Hebrew letters, I want to make sure I hold my item as well. So I'm going to let it start by pressing this here. I just pressed this, clicked OK, press it again. And then you have to come over here and press start, okay? So all that just to get to the Hebrew letters. Now this is in case you don't have software. If you have software, you could have removed that and just did the Hebrew letters by itself. I was just trying to show you another way how you can utilize your computer, which is all the baby locks are, is a big computer, without software, okay? So I want to hold this just in case it gets closer. And some people go ahead and cut their thread. I don't mess with it until the end. Sorry. I'm waiting for my camera. It's a nice gadget that holds your camera and it has a light on it so that my videos will be extra stable and nice and easier to view. Nobody likes to see videos that are shaking or anything like that. I get motion sickness, so I hate when people move their cameras so much. So I definitely am going to have better videos in the future. If you decide that you would like a specific video showing you how to do something, please reach out, because that's the only reason I'm doing these videos. Those of us who own flourishes, they are requiring us to pay for videos on how to use them. If you cannot make it into the office where you purchase the item, because they do have free training on how to use your machine. Some of us just live too far out, and I bought mine in Lubbock, and now I live in Boys Ranch, Texas, which is 45 minutes from Amarillo, but there's no way I'm traveling to Lubbock. So I got a notification. My bobbin thread is almost empty. I'm just going to click OK, because it's almost over, like literally. It did it again, so I'm just going to click start. It's just telling me my bobbin. Like, this is literally almost gonna finish. So all I'm doing, there it is, it's finished. All I was doing was pressing OK, and now you get a notification, finished embroidering, so you click OK. I like it. OMW. Look at this, everybody. Mira, bam. And I will unhoop it really quick and show you. Again, I'm at everythingyahweh.com. So everything is customized there. I'm doing face masks right now. I'm doing whatever they order. So it's kind of like an Etsy, but my own personal shop. Okay. So if you want anything for a birthday, a Christmas, a Thanksgiving, I made these Whoville. Let me see. These Whoville stockings. So I'm going to have those out in my store soon. I'm just the pro on those. I just made those and just ran with them. They're so awesome. Anywho, if you decide that you want to know anything else, just let me know, because again, that's the only reason why I'm making these videos, is for us, for the community. I think that we have enough hate in the world that we can spread a whole lot more love, you know. The light is not good. I'm trying to open this mask for you. And voila. There you go. So this is super awesome if you can see the light. Alrighty. Well, thank you all for watching the Baby Lock Flourish videos. Again, my name is Baby Wallace. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a good morning, night, evening, and brunch, lunch, and everything in between. Love you. Have a great day.